Major Karinsky. Nice little black op you're running here.
Alira. Might have known.
Yep, so,
Wait.
our
You two
major
know
on the
each
left
other?
with the short hair, that's
Yeah,
Major
bleeding boy.
Natalia Kerensky.
As you know, sometimes the
I don't know if
dragoons
she's
aren't too
related to
picky about
Natasha
who we do business
Kerensky or
with.
not, and I don't
She's a pirate.
particularly care. She could
You
be a
do
clone.
know how to
Be a
flatter.
reference.
Alira's our pirate. She's got a face
pirates
tattoo.
Oh my
have
god,
jump
I
ships.
want her face in a frame right
Alira,
there.
this
Just
is our
Natalia's,
operations officer,
Natalia's face was
Lieutenant
amazing.
Foster.
You've met our unit's only Mechwarrior.
Yep, our unit's
Yes,
only
indeed.
Mechwarrior, who doesn't
Didn't
even
he take down
nod. He
Adeptus
just
Strader?
sort of turns his head a little
You've been
bit.
keeping tabs on us?
I particularly
Word gets
appreciate
around.
the Captain
But
America
word said
pose
he
he's
died.
got
They don't
going
pay
on
him to
right
nod.
Oh, he always
Oh,
pulls
and
through.
they
especially
showed
when I'm
those
tuning
images
his ride.
at the start of the game, so they just
bottom
showed
line,
them twice
who were
in
the
the span
hostile
of 10
forces,
minutes.
and why did they care enough to shoot you down?
Yeah, but I want to say I really
How
like
can
the
you tell?
facial expressions here. Everyone's actually emoting
So
really
we got a
well
problem
in
and a
cutscenes.
very easy
I like that.
solution.
Yeah,
Your
which,
jump ship is in
for
orbit.
the age of the game,
The
this game was
Jezebel,
out,
yes.
what,
We
shortly
need to get
after
off this
Halo
rock and
1, or
figure out
maybe
what
right
is
around
happening.
the same time as Halo
We
2.
can get you to your jump ship.
They put a
if
lot of
you'll
effort
take
into
us
it.
to Northwind to
It-
rendezvous with the rest
I
of the
mean,
Wolf's
it's
Dragoons.
stupid, but they put a lot of effort into it.
You've already shown us that in some cases, arguably too much effort in certain ones, so they didn't have time to finish a few.
On foot?
Don't worry.
Yeah.
Our boy has a knack for taking other
What game did
people's
this come out? It
toys.
was 2004, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so just for another point of reference, Deus Ex Invisible War, which totally had like all of the flappy faces, December 2nd, 2003.
Yep. So, spoilers, there is stealth in this game, and this won't be the first time we're doing it. This is just the first time they make it super easy.
Yay.
I don't know why games felt the need to shoehorn stealth into everything.
I can't see a darn
They
thing.
save you the infiltration half the time and just park you next to the objective, but then you have to stealth out. Most of the time they do stealth.
Someone is stealing our
Sir, we need to get to the spaceport, but it's locked down.
Shout
We're gonna
off
try to
that
sneak
alert while
past.
you're literally underneath this cat's treads. Oh god.
I mean, I could shoot them, but that seemed more humane.
Oh man. Also,
I don't know. I don't think there's anything you could do to protect somebody that's like humane.
Oh yeah, there's a very, you have to park and let them scan you.
We're to report to the spaceport. Orders from the boss.
And then we just lie to them and they let us through.
Everything checks out. Open the gates.
everything checks out. Yeah, alright.
That's definitely a tank.
Boss? That actually
A little bit of blood on the treads, but otherwise looks pretty good.
Can't imagine
What about
why
that
would be
non-standard
suspicious.
APC behind it? Oh, the tank's vouching for them.
What?
Well, you know.
Oh, but this time they're gonna scan the passengers. Dun dun dun.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
The chain of trust.
Which is
here.
more further proof that we're actually a robot. But yeah, spoilers. There's enemy battle armor, but it's trash. It cannot hack us.
Gasp.
At least not yet.
Run the scan again.
It's like it's empty of all personality.
No record. Open the door. You know.
Send the elemental in to gaze angrily at it.
There
So
are
yeah,
kids.
there's
Don't
there's
hold
no
back,
aim
let 'em have
assist on these guns.
Oh man, hear that incredibly hardcore metal go.
Yep, that's a theme throughout the game. They did license some music for this game, but I'm not gonna spoil it before you hear it.
What even are you running
One
into?
song we're only gonna hear for 1 minute and 30 seconds, and that's all I'm gonna say about it. Like, they went to great pains to license some probably pretty expensive music at the time, and we won't hear it.
This is
I won't hear much of it.
This
We'll
entire
get
game
to the
just kind
first
of reeks
coda.
of money over skill in game making.
Sir, the tank
Well, they
is
already
equipped
have
with
the
a zoom
engine
for
from
its
Mech
cannons.
Assault.
Don't
So yeah,
forget
we
to
have a
use it.
zoom, but that doesn't stop us from hitting trees.
Just hit it again. There's no tree that can handle it twice.
And even at the second upgrade level, it takes 2 shots from our Gauss rifle to blow up the tank. You'll know it takes 1 direct hit from the mortar.
Right.
So it takes a full 3 upgrade levels for this tank's gun to be as good as the base level mortar.
Oh my lord.
Now, this tank also has machine guns on it, and machine guns are the most overpowered non-mortar weapon in the game, but their
How?
range is terrible. We'll see, but I mean the machine gun will take down an Atlas faster than any other weapon in the game, as long as it's fully upgraded.
My head
At the
hurts.
base upgrade level, it is the worst weapon in the game.
Like,
Sir?
my
We're taking
head
fire.
hurts.
Can you give us a hand?
A freaking machine gun knocking out an Atlas. Just
Yeah. Oh,
okay.
Enemies inbound to spaceport. Deny him access. Destroy all bridges and tunnels.
Yeah, so they say destroy all bridges and tunnels, but those bridges are already destroyed by the time we get there. They did not destroy anything, they're just covering for the fact that they blew up the bridges on accident, and now we're the excuse so that they're not going to get in trouble with their bosses.
Yeah, it's like,
Well,
oh,
I
thank
mean, that-
God we're getting, like, absolutely ruined by somebody that would get mad at us about the bridge now.
Oh my!
So that first
frickin'
battle
Lord.
armor, was rough. You'll notice how many, it took like 8 Gauss rifle rounds to kill it.
Yeah.
We have to fight 2 at once, and these things will just ruin you if you try to do it with the Gauss rifle. But we have machine guns. They're both dead.
So 2 things there. First of all, the way they die, it is almost the definition of Bender's. All right, show's over. I'm tired. Futurama. And the second, I really appreciate how blasting the gate, it was just like, okay, this entire wall goes down now. I want to see how that was constructed. I want to see those blueprints.
Well, sure, I mean, that gate wasn't one of the literally invincible ones we're about to run up into next.
There's only so much Invincitanium to go around to, like, alloy your walls with.
This is what happened.
They had to use Crumble Knight.
Any wall a mech could jump over is destroyable. Any wall a mech can't jump over is made out of completely invincible construction materials. So this is the only bridge that hasn't been blown up.
Well,
And we just phase through it. You don't even die if you're on it when it blows up.
womp womp.
It turns
All
out
I'm
it's
saying is
Fortunately,
that
the enemy does not get to use this twin Gauss rifle tank very often. It is very rare for them. They usually get the shitty SRM tank or the autocannon tank. This tank is really dangerous when the enemy gets to use it because it doesn't have aim assist, which means it can't be programmed to miss every other shot.
so
And the enemy is really good about keeping its guns pointed directly at you at all times. If it wasn't programmed to miss, it would just ruin you.
right. So I mean, typically the way that you handle enemy accuracy is it's just. You know, I said this during the Call of Duty 1 Let's Play, but it makes sense here, is that these things are just random number generators given some sort of corporeal form. What you're telling me is that when the enemy is in this tank, the programmers weren't even on the ball enough to work with a random number generator. They were just like,
Well, yeah,
just return
this
one.
tank is unique in that its weapons they have no convergence. They only have travel time, so they always shoot exactly where the turret is pointing, and they never deviate even slightly, except for the actual angle of the shot, so which gun is going to fire. So it's not like, say, the very last mission in the game where I stand still and the enemy still manages to miss me. That's the point.
Alright then.
So I get a little lost here, because the game is actually not really good. You notice we have no waypoints. There's nothing on a map to indicate which way is forward. But it's this way.
Doesn't matter
because I haven't
when
blown
we're
that up
shredding
yet.
this hard in the background.
Yeah, there's something still alive there, so you can...
So I probably could have played this game at least an hour quicker, even showing all the cutscenes. But I pseudo-blind played it. I played the first 2 missions and then played it for real. But yeah, you notice what I mean about
It's a nippy little bastard, isn't it, that tank?
yeah. It really is, and there's no convergence at all. So because the guns point right where you're pointing, you can miss targets that are standing perfectly still with this tank, which you can't with the mech with Gauss rifles we'll be getting at the end of this chapter. Spoilers: we're getting a mech with Gauss rifle.
Well, I mean, I suppose you know, 2 episodes in, we should be getting in a mech in this mech
An
assault
actual
game.
mech, yeah. So we played the battle armor and a tank, and then we're gonna play a mech. But it's a mech that is completely broken.
There's the spaceport.
in terms
Now,
of tabletop,
how do we
which
get in?
I'll talk about it when we get to
First, we
it.
need to take out these guys.
We also have the fully upgraded machine guns right now, so there's going to be some more elementals coming up.
Machine gun.
Oh look, it's a mech, an actual battle mech.
Oh, unidentified.
Gauss rifles. And you notice it's hard to hit because it's quick. This is actually the quickest mech in the game.
Yeah, that guy is rather nippy. Oh, no.
And I'm just showing you how many Gauss rifle shots, because we will have to use this tank again. And, yeah, it takes a ton of Gauss rifle shots.
Using
And this tank is impossible to hit with. And every time we are in this tank, we will fight that mech, because it's technically the weakest in the game, but it's also the hardest for the tanks to hit.
Of course it is.
Because it can, you know, move. So fuck it, machine guns.
Play testing.
Oh, we're gonna knock it off its ass too, I think. I think that happened. Yep, it's not dead. I think it's dead. And then I'm
Well,
like,
I mean-
wait a minute, it didn't blow up. I did
It's
not do it.
ragdolled.
How did it even get back up?
It's still not dead.
Are you serious? That doesn't make anything remotely... Like, that has no physical sense
Killed
to
it with machine guns.
Oh my lord. That pilot better have ejected.
Yeah, so the next time we get this tank, we will also have to fight those mechs, and it's one of the few times where I abandon the tank in favor of just stealing one of them.
I would. That looked miserable.
I mean,
Something to
that
look
mech
forward
is
to.
trash, too, but it's better than the tank.
I do
So
appreciate how
this
you're
wall
outraging
ahead of us is
everything,
made
though.
out of invincibility. So, proving a point again. Count the Gauss rifle rounds.
That's still 5, 6, 7, 8, 8. I think. I didn't start counting.
Fully
until I
upgraded
made-
machine gun.
Yeah.
That's all the guards. Use the switch I've
I
marked
still
with an
can't
F
get over
point
how
to
they
hack the door.
space plant. It's like Wile E. Coyotes.
It's like, whoops, I slipped.
Firing banana
Reactor
peels.
is going to explode. So, you remember the button mashing we had to do earlier
Yeah, to do the neuro hack on the
to
on
do the
mechs.
neuro hack? Well, we also have to hack doors, and it's the same interface but with 2 less buttons. But if
You
I were to
didn't even
accidentally
raise your
drive the
hands. You literally just stared at that thing.
He just lets. He's actually just letting the player
Alright,
do
we
it.
made it. Good work, everyone.
well, I told you we are a
Oh.
Let's get
cyborg.
the
We
Icarus up and running
we
so
have
Lyra
like
can give us a lift out of the
a
system
data
on the
jack in
Jezebel.
our eye, like out of Shadowrun. We just
Gonna take some
stared
time
at
to
it
fire
until
up
it
the engines
decided
of the
to
Icarus,
open.
sirs.
I'm just.
So this is our dropship. It's actually about the right
Mechwarrior,
size, which
you know
is
your job.
nice,
Buy
but
us
it does
that
not
time.
have a modeled
Now that we
mech
have one of
bay,
your
which will
toys
come,
here, it shouldn't
which will
be so
be
bad.
really funny in the next video where we
I have a fully
jump
powered
out
mech
of
ready
one
to
of the
rock.
landing
She's
struts
reading
in
all
the battle
green.
armor.
Sure, why not?
Sir, if you seal the
So
gates
this
on
looks
either
like an
end, it'll buy
Uziel,
time.
but it's not.
Get over there and blow the panels.
This is a new mech for the game, which
Belial.
this game is full of the original mechs and also reskins that have different weapons. So this is the Belial. The Belial is a 55-ton mech with 2 Gauss rifles, which is not really a thing you can do. But those 2 Gauss rifles put its primary armament about on par with the with our
Tunnels.
mortar.
Mechwarrior,
Yeah.
you know what to do. Knock them down.
Maybe.
Mechwarrior, now get the gate at the other end.
Could you stop barking orders all the time, hon?
No, they never shut up in this game. They will be... The only time she shuts up is when she is captured. Spoilers, we have to rescue a princess. We are keeping Foster throughout the game, but Major Natalia gets captured.
See, I would have picked Foster as the guy to get captured.
True story.
I wish.
Me too.
Natalia's a badass. I mean, she doesn't pilot a mech, but she doesn't take shit from no one. And you'll notice even we can miss with the auto aim, but only a battle mech can curve the Gauss rifle.
What I'm hearing is it's from like that one really terrible like it wasn't Infamous like Outlaws movie or whatever it was. I want you to curve a bullet. That's where we
Yeah.
got this mech from.
So there's 3 tunnels in here and 2 doors, and we stop them from coming in the doors by blowing up the control panel we hacked, and then we stop them from coming in the tunnels by blowing up the tunnels. I think there's another tunnel down here. If there was, I just blew it up.
The world may never know.
But yeah, pulse lasers are trash.
I love the noise it makes, though.
The noises actually get more intense the more upgraded the weapon is, which is nice until you get, let's see, which weapon is it? I think the fully upgraded LRMs.
Mechwarrior, you need to
The
help
fully
us out here.
upgraded
We're
machine
taking
guns
fire.
are super loud too, but the fully upgraded LRMs are just something else.
I'm. You're selling this such that I am thinking it's basically a dubstep drop that just happens right in the middle of a combat.
Does the L just stand for loud?
Sir, I show mechs coming over the walls.
So somehow,
I repeat, enemy mechs
they
in
were
the
able to put up
spaceport.
turrets in the time it took us to blow up all the
Watch
tunnel
out.
exits.
Whatever those mechs are, they have null sig systems. They won't be able to get a weapons lock if the null sig is active. Don't worry, Foster. We have a professional on the job.
Yes. Thank you for at least some vote of confidence here.
Those null sig mechs are radiating energy similar to the data core I used to create the battle armor.
Yeah, I just kicked that building to make the explosion hurt the elemental, which it does, just not significantly. There's also stealth mechs that are literally invisible.
Oh, good. That doesn't sound irritating
So
at all.
you can still lock on and hit them and knock them on their asses. And when they shoot, they turn visible for a brief time, and when they shoot missiles, they turn visible for longer, because missiles have a longer animation.
Yeah, makes sense.
We're going to get stuck piloting one of these in the next mission. It is the mission from the intro cut, or the mech from the intro cut.
Does the damage
Foster,
model
how
work
long
such,
till we're off?
such that you can actually damage
Need more time.
individual systems, or does it just basically have one white
Got
bar?
2 minutes, then I'm flying
Sort
this
of.
thing myself.
If you get or take a really lucky hit, you can actually wind up with a damaged arm where you won't be able to shoot the weapons on that arm for a little bit. And if you shoot them in the
Mechwarrior,
legs,
you
which
need
is
to
why I
help the
tend to aim
Icarus.
low, they will tend to fall on their ass. But you have to hit them with the right kind of weapon. Like a laser's not going to knock
Major,
someone
this is
over, a
Alara.
missile's not going to knock
It may
someone
be in our
over.
best
It
interest
has
to
to be a
look closely
big,
at those
heavy
maps.
Gauss rifle round.
Right.
Also, death from above
Foster,
that.
Yeah, I was gonna
Alert,
say,
woman,
did you just
get out there and
DFA that
salvage what you
dude?
can.
Very nice.
Awesome.
Very nice.
Roger that. I'm on it. Sirs, this is a data core.
This is a
just like the
MacGuffin.
one
A
we
duda
recovered
core.
from Helios. Most of the battle
So
armor
we
systems were
spent
built
the
from the first
entire
one.
last game
This
getting
new
one of
seems
these.
to
We're going
be
to get the
about
next
stealth
4
and
of them
null
this
sig.
game.
How did it end up here? Another part of
They
the
just give
puzzle I
'em out like
intend to find
candy.
out.
How did it get here?
It's just
I
raining
love
data
Foster's
thingies.
voice actor.